This guy is genuinely disgusting. Welcome aboard my Mexican Pirate Crew. Today I wanted to talk about Nova Online, or Gage, an infamous locale known for his food reviews, having a messy house, and having a diaper. This guy is genuinely just super fucking weird. Like, I don't even know how else to describe him. He's basically is as if you were to describe a Reddit moderator to just a random person. You know, you just found someone on the street and decided to be like, you know what, this is what a Reddit moderator looks like. That's how exactly how Nova Online would look like. You know, he is a very bigger individual, I will say. Um, he potentially has a sort of learning disability, which I don't know 1000% for sure, that's not why we're criticizing him either. I want to make one thing crystal clear. We don't criticize people solely because they have a learning disability or solely because they have this or that. If they have something they can't control, they have something they can't control. They shouldn't be criticized for that. What they should be criticized for is their actions and what they have done, such as Gabriel Gage. He has done some disgusting things in his past life, including messaging some in the past, which is absolutely not okay. You shouldn't be doing it whatsoever at all. It's disgusting. It's genuinely sickening, and that's how people like Skater Gene and Gideon get you. And it makes for some great content, by the way. It makes for some fucking fantastic content. So but he has also been a very bad neighbor, according to this Bloodspeth interview. And I kind of wanted to get into this Bloodspeth interview. Shout out Bloodspeth, by the way. He makes very good content. Very good, good documentaries, or not documentaries, but documentations of Nova Online. He kind of documents a lot of things that Nova Online and other locals do. He's one of the local channels. Big shout out to him. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this Bloodspeth interview and see how far that Nova Online's depravity goes.
Saw on TikTok his face, and I was like, wait a second, that is my neighbor. At work, I asked people if they knew this person because I saw he had a high following account. Some of my coworkers already previously knew him, and then they couldn't believe that he was actually my neighbor. And that's kind of how it all started, was him just being loud and obnoxious, me seeing his face. And then he was filming out on his front lawn as well, so I happened to just find him on TikTok in my For You page, and that's kind of just how it all began.
Imagine just finding out that your neighbor is just a lolcow. Like you don't even know what a lolcow is. Like, I'm not sure if this person is really well versed on any internet culture or anything, right? But if you have no idea what a lolcow is or anything like that, and you just happen to live next to one, and then they happen to pop up on your For You page, that has got to be, oh boy, I feel so bad for that neighbor. To probably find out what his neighbor is doing and what his neighbor is yelling about pretty much 24/7 must just be very cringe for him. I'm not even gonna lie. It is so oh, I can't even imagine having a lolcow as a neighbor and their whole they just scream throughout the night or something, right? It's just what the why is the universe doing this to me? Why would they give me someone so just such a trash person living right next to me? I genuinely feel so bad for this neighbor. Oh man, but this is only the beginning. This is just the surface of what Nova has done so far. Some crazy stuff is said in this interview, so be prepared.
The agent came by. I was hoping that it would go by quickly and he would be in jail by now, and I'm just counting down the days, to be honest, because I just want this stuff taken care of.
And with the agent that came by, could you kind of take us through that whole ordeal?
Yeah, so I was actually in the front lawn spraying wasps at my house because I didn't want my daughter to get stung, so I was trying to kill off the wasps. And he pulled into their lot, and I was confused. I waved at him, and I was already outside, and when he was banging on Nova's door he said Gabriel at the time. He said, Gabriel, please come out. He refused to come out at first. And they were talking loud enough where I could just hear it, to the point where I kind of was in the garage and I was listening. And I wasn't trying to, but then it was so loud, and I was like, what the hell's going on over there? Basically, the agent finally got him to come out, He says he's been there before, which I haven't seen him come before. That's the first time I've seen him. And that he had a stack of papers that he has to review with Nova. And basically is going to ask him questions. And your name actually got brought up, and it kind of seemed like it triggered Nova a little bit.
The Bloodspeth name drop by the detectives is wild, but it's crazy how the detectives even has like a stack of papers against Nova. You know, it's like, bro, what has he done in order to get those stacks of papers? Well, we've kind of already seen what he's done. You know, he, like I've said already, he has messaged minors in the past, which is just why would you even do that disgusting shit in the first place? You know, it's just what I don't understand it, to be completely honest with you. It's disgusting. It's just disgusting. That's all it is to me, you know? Like, everything that Nova does is completely disgusting to me. And again, it's funny that Bloodspeth's name got mentioned when the detectives went to talk to Nova. But it also must be kind of horrifying to be living next to Nova, you know? Like, imagine having the FBI just pull up right next to you, you know, like right next to your house where your family lives, you know, and you don't know what the hell is going on. You don't know what this guy is doing on the internet to have the FBI show up, or like whoever showed up, like a detective show up, you know. It is absolutely insane to me that people like Nova Online are able to even have access to the internet. You know, it's like some people should be like genuinely tested to see if they're stable enough to go on the internet. Like, I think that personally, because there are some people who they just get mentally fucked because of the internet, and they go out to do heinous shit, you know. And like, a lot of people want to blame creators or like other people for going down like a certain pipeline, but in the end it really depends on the person who's watching, you know, the contents, the individual's like mental health and everything else. Because if their mental health is so fucked that they go online and they kind of just have it be like their whole persona, right, they are going to, you know, get mentally more fucked. You know, it's sad to see, it really is. And I think unfortunately Nova is a victim to that. You know, he has pretty much spent most of his life online, and, you know, hence the name Nova Online, right? But I feel like getting offline, much like for a lot of these lolcows, you know, I always suggest this with like people like Darkside Phil and Wings of Redemptions, which I do hear that he's finally getting off the internet. I'm kind of like happy for Jordy, to be completely honest. I think this break is going to be really good for him, but I think people like Nova and DSP also need to get off the internet to, you know, kind of take care of themselves, you know. Like, and I like, that's one thing I hope you guys know. I hope you guys don't think that I'm just bullying these people just to like bully them and just to criticize them. No, I fully believe that a lot of them need to take a step back from the internet and kind of evaluate their mental health and like stuff like that, you know. I don't want to just bully them off the internet or anything like that. Hassan, though, I feel like he has just very harmful rhetoric, so the faster we get him offline and the faster we get him banned in other states or other countries, I'm sorry, the better. But yeah, let's watch a little bit more of this Bloodspeth interview.
Yeah, so his mom in late March, according to Nova, when he was talking about it to the agent outside, he said that she OD'd or got hurt on weed, apparently, from what Nova was saying. I don't know how entirely true that was. That statement was from Nova. But she was put in rehab at Iron Horse Rehab in Coeur d'Alene for 30 days. You said what?
When was that?
It was late March.
Late March.
And then his mom just came back a couple weeks ago. So she was there for around 30 days and then got released. And when she was released back to the house, that same day, I actually asked Nova, when he was trying to talk to me outside when I was doing yard work, I asked him when his mom was coming home. And he said she was coming home today. And I was surprised because there wasn't a rant, there wasn't nothing until the very last minute, until she arrived. And when she got home, he tried to push her up the ramp one time. And she fell. And she basically was lying on the gravel for about 30 minutes until the fire department came to
He didn't help
pick her up. He tried and he couldn't. help her, and
Jesus.
his aunt couldn't help her. The aunt was there as well.
Mhm.
That was the first time. The aunt and Nova were trying to get her up, couldn't get her up. So they called the fire department. Fire department came by, picked her up, and put her in the house. And after that, they haven't even tried to push her up the ramp anymore. They just, when they get home from one of her doctor appointments, I'm assuming, they just leave her out in the driveway until the fire department comes to basically put her in the house.
So every single time, they don't bother trying to push her up. They just call the fire department.
Correct.
My goodness.
It must be miserable being Nova Online's mom, And I'm not sure how true that story is of her quote unquote ODing on weed because, as an expert myself, no, really, as someone who partakes every once in a while, it is very hard to overdose on weed. You would have to be legitimately trying in order to do so. You would have to be try-harding in order to do so. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know how true that claim is, right? But either way, it is genuinely sad to see someone go to rehab for something that I like. It sucks to see someone get addicted to something, especially something like that. Something that just helps you relax and do whatever, right? But people get addicted to it because, well, sometimes life ain't so great, And my guess is, taking care of Nova, because let's be honest, the mom is taking care of Nova as much as Nova would like to say he's taking care of his mom. It is not true whatsoever. It is just absolutely disgusting to me to see Nova, like this. And he's supposedly been hitting the gym, he couldn't help his own mother up on her wheelchair. That is just how is that even possible? The aunt gets an excuse. Maybe she is older, and so I will give her the benefit of the doubt. But Nova, come on, man, you've been lifting those weights, you've been getting those gains, man. How can you not lift up your own mother onto her wheelchair? It is absolutely just sickening to me to see people like this who are just so entitled to themselves, and Nova Online is just a disgusting weirdo, and I know that people like Bloodspeth do have a bias towards Nova, and like I've said before, I do take the lolcow's mental health and stuff into consideration, right? But I personally think that Nova Online isn't going to get off. To be realistic, right, he's not going to get offline anytime soon. It would be beneficial to him a whole lot, but he's just not going to do it because to him, the internet is a friend. It's like I've said before, when people develop a parasocial relationship with social media, it gets way out of hand to the point where they think the internet is their friend. They constantly think, oh, the internet's never going to hurt me. The internet's, like I said, it's a parasocial relationship. And it's like, Nova, you got to stop, buddy. You genuinely got to stop. You got to kind of take a good long look in the mirror and really reflect on yourself, because buddy, what you are producing, the content you are producing, is not helpful to you. It is not helpful to other people. You gotta realize that. And the fact that you are just doing disgusting shit behind the scenes, how is anyone supposed to look up to you or view you as a respectable content creator if you're doing things like that behind the scenes? I just never understood people like that, where it's just like, yes, I am a content creator, let me do the most heinous shit imaginable, that mindset has never really, I don't really comprehend that mindset, it's just disgusting to me, the depravity that Nova Online just really goes, it is just disgusting to me. That's all I have to say. This was I feel like I kind of dragged it out a little bit, but that is basically all I wanted to talk about as far as Nova Online goes. Like I said before, big shout out Bloodspeth for doing that interview with the neighbor. It kind of puts a new perspective for other people from the neighbor's perspective, which it's gotta suck being the neighbor. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. But yeah, kind of let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think Nova Online is a bad neighbor, or do you think he's a good neighbor, he's just misunderstood, or do you think he's neither, or he's just annoying? Again, let me know in the comments below. If you guys did like this video, remember to hit that like button. If you guys did not like this video, remember to hit that dislike button. And if you guys are new to my content and enjoy it, be sure to subscribe with notifications on to never miss a single upload. And until next time, y'all, adios.